So, ladies and gentlemen, let me turn over to. So, I had six ladies going through the program: Laurie, Latoya, Dana, Natalie, Hope, and Shanice is not on as yet. And so, I'm going to ask each person just to share a little bit about your experience in the program, and then we see where we go from there. So, Laurie, you look amazingly beautiful tonight. Like, I have to tell you that. So, since you look so fabulous, you get to go first.
Only reason I look halfway decent is because I'm not sitting in the dark. You actually can see my skin tone.
I don't know about that, Lori. I'm like, she is a little glowing.
Yeah, right?
She's a little glowing, isn't she?
Yeah.
I tell you, it's amazing what a little alcohol will do for you. and being out of Nashville for a little while. There's nothing like getting away from home. That is amazing. So having a good time here with my boys, and that probably has a lot to do with the glow as well. This is our first trip since my husband passed. So my background basically, and I'll try to keep this short, but I am going to give a little history primarily because Kim mandated that in the future I tell a little bit about my story so that my smile can have more impact in the sense that people understand that you can still smile after diversity. So with that being said, I am a 6-year cancer survivor, and last year I lost my husband to COVID. And I came to this class because mentally, physically, spiritually, every aspect of me was pretty broken. Charles, which is the gentleman the only gentleman on the call, but it's for a reason, and that's because he's my therapist, and I've been doing grief counseling with him. And I just got to a place to where I was so broken that I had to take some time and grab hold of something before I completely bottomed out. And I started with Charles, and that was instrumental primarily because I never thought I would ever sit in a therapist's office, ever. He's the coolest cat you can run into. He's really given me an opportunity to talk through some things, and we still have a lot of work to do. I just need to get there more often. So, but got some stuff to work through. But in addition to that, I ran into Dana, my girlfriend Dana, here on the call, and she had told me about Kim and her coaching, and I didn't want to do it. I wasn't ready. I didn't need anybody telling me how to organize my life, my thoughts. Because my thoughts were so a mess that I just didn't need it. I was just like, I can't handle it. Emotionally, I wasn't ready. And then, but, the Lord kept talking to me, and he was just like, you don't know what you need. You don't know what you need. Get out of my way. I'm trying to do something here. And so I waited till the last, I think I actually signed up for the class probably about 11 o'clock at night, the night before the class started. That's how much I was trying to talk myself out of it, because I just didn't feel like I could handle it emotionally. And I got on the call, and we got to work, and it has been the best thing that has happened to me in years. Mm. It forced me to figure out who I am again, and then go further to really plan out what I want my life to look like and who I want to become. And I hadn't given that much thought to it in so many years because I'm a wife and a mother. That consumes you. And so when you're going, and then you add on, diversity and challenges and grief and loss, and, who's got time to be thinking about what they want to be and who they are? It's just like, really? Really? That's what you're talking about right now? And the kids need to be picked up for practice? Yeah, you need to get it together. Focus on the here and now. Well, this whole opportunity has given me an opportunity to refocus on the now, but who I am now, and then who I want to become. So I don't want to take up a whole bunch of time because I know everybody's got things to do, but I really want to emphasize the fact that this has been more than a blessing. more than I could have ever asked for. It's hard to even put words to it. There are many times I was on the call crying because my heart was, I was starting to piece it back together. And that's saying a lot because it was pretty broken. I encourage, anyone that is listening to this to know how powerful it is, how different it is, much different than what you would expect it to be. You're thinking that you're going to be told, this is what you need to do with your life, go to this list and act it out. It's nothing like that. We spent the majority of this time trying to really figure out who we were as women, as strong women, and then who we want to become as stronger women. So that's what I have.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And it's interesting, Laurie, that you went so deep, because one of the things that I thought about as I was preparing for this is I was about to pull you out. I was about to say, Laurie, right? Because I remember challenging you in that last session, and I was gonna say to you, if this were your only opportunity to speak with someone who has gone through grief, who has been through what you've been through, what would you say to them?
Yeah.
And it's interesting that you went right there.
There's no other way to speak to it. Life can be hard. It can be devastating. It can just rock you to your core. And you've got to find ways to fight back. Like Dana used to say, battle back, Dana, battle back, baby. You got to find ways to battle back. And I just thank Charles, and I thank, Kim, I thank the both of you guys for being instrumental in my ability to battle back.
Love that. But thank you for being willing to do the work, because you did the work, girl. We were just guides for you, but you did the work. And the glow that you have tonight, I don't know, but there's this yeah, I don't know if it's the rum that you just had, but there's this yeah. I love it. I love it. I love it. Good. Thank you so much, Laurie, for sharing. Who is jumping next? Mrs. Forever Brown. The name has changed.
That's he did that. The spelling, you mean? Yeah, that's his playing around. But yeah, that was a good segue, Lori. That was the battle back. That was a nice pass off. But wow. So Kimberly and Shanice and Latoya and I are connected through another group that we're in, a church life group. And that church life group is a cohort of entrepreneurs. And I don't know if I ever really recall us talking about entrepreneurship in our group. We're just usually talking about our spiritual things and praying and being support. And toward the end of the year, I don't know what was going on, but we could tell Kimberly was just like pushing her stuff forward, and I'm Facebook friends with her, and I could see different things that she was doing. And I already had just been very impressed with how she shows up for our group week after week after week after week after week. To a long time, we had to say, Kimberly, take a break. You need a break. But her consistency was just so impressive to me. And toward the end of the year, I think it was, Kimberly, that I said, I really want you to do something like, can you do something for us entrepreneurs in this group that we're in? Because we don't really do that, because I felt like I was in a rut, a creative rut. And so she agreed to do it. She agreed to do it, not knowing what she was going to do. And I was in such a desperate place of, I just needed a creative life. I just needed some direction, because I was feeling very isolated as an entrepreneur, as a woman entrepreneur, for spaces that understood the struggle of being an entrepreneur. And so she said, yeah. And I told my friends, like, I didn't think it was going to be, I've been in a lot of different iterations of, women's empowerment business things. I've been in that kind of thing, but I just felt like it would be different. And I didn't know how, but I knew that Kimberly was different. And even after 2 years of being in her space in the church group, I had no idea she's like an iceberg for real. There's so much beneath the surface that you just don't recognize that she has to bring to the table. And when I say it is definitely her, but it's almost, I'm going to use this, I've never done drugs before, but the idea where they just like give you a little just to get you hooked. They give you a little. So now I look at our church group like, oh, she was just giving us a little snort just to get us hooked, because the group was nothing like I thought it would be. Nothing. I was ready to have my business plan and get my stuff going and have my, okay, this is my to-do list. And she just tabled it and took it down to the raw, basic root of the problem of everything in my life, which is me. And I did a personal excavation of mindset, of self-reflection, and of dreaming that I just hadn't done with the level of accountability and scrutiny by a group of women who ultimately became my sisters, in a safe place that was able to call me to the carpet when I needed to be called to the carpet, but to also be my hugest cheerleaders when I felt in despair and despondent. And for many of us, I think, when we have skills and talents and otherwise look like we have it going on, to be able to be in a space where we say, okay, it just looks like I have it going on, but really I'm just trying to keep it going. And I think I moved from being able to confess, you know what, I really don't have it going on, to I think I can get it going on, to I'm getting it going on, to now being able to vocalize why I have it going on. And that was a 10-week, powerful, potent journey. And now I know a face or two. I know Dee Dee Racanelli, and this is such a sacred space for us now that Kimberly, I don't have anybody on here because I'm just like, so I need to think about this. I need to think. I'm like, you might have to do another one of these, because I'm just not gonna throw anybody in this who won't be a serious taker. And for those of you who are vetting it, it should come from a sense of desperation in a way, not despondency, but wanting to be desperate for something else. And that's where I was. And I'm still desperate, but I'm hopeful. And I'm glad, and I have these women around me forever now. So
Yes. Yes. Come on, Dana. Hmm. Hmm. And Dana, we've been in this group, the other group, for 2 years or so. And I couldn't even remember what you guys did in terms of business, because as you say, we didn't have those conversations. And even going through this program, we didn't know what each other did until 2 weeks ago. Like, when I was reminded that you are in basically the same business that I'm in, I do financial coaching, you're a CPA, you do tax returns, Shanice is a financial advisor. That's where we connected, but like the work was already done in who we are. Now, how we show up in the world has to be impacted. You know what I mean? So thank you so much for sharing, Dana J. And you're one of those who was like, Kimberly, you're going rough, man. You set the fear in everybody.
No, I just illuminated the fear that they were already feeling. You set the fear.
Oh, wow. Welcome, Shauna. Welcome, Avril. So the fear we're laughing about, guys, is in session 1. I believe it was session 1 where someone, Natalie, it was session 1, right? This is the first time we're getting together as a group, and Natalie shared something. And I called out Natalie on what she shared. And I think that's when Dana realized, oh my God, what have I gotten myself in?
Listen, Natalie always, forever. I'm gonna get Natalie a shirt like you took the L for the team. Day one, Natalie.
You gotta cash up me.
I know, right?
I know. She's like, pay up, girl.
I know. That was awesome, though. And Natalie, since you just opened your mic, jump right in and you get to share your experience.
Good night, everybody.
I can't see you, though. Where's your camera?
I just come home from work.
Everybody's off. This is not normal, y'all. We're usually all on camera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, before the training, I was lost. I didn't have no direction. I always hiding and always procrastinating. But when I joined the training, I got guidance, direction, and I was able to organize myself and stop procrastinating. I'm really grateful for this training, and I would encourage anyone to join because it's so special, and I get to meet my sisters, my support system. Yes, the right people who will tell me, how it is. So I really enjoy it. And right now I have a plan. I have a guide. I really know what to do and I know where I'm going. I know what I need to accomplish. I have some goals and I've been consistent. So I love it.
I love it. So guys, I have to inform on Natalie. So in the last session, right? Natalie, she got all of us in tears, right? And it was just such a beautiful moment. It was no judgment. It was just a pure moment of us, after 9 weeks of observing Natalie, speaking life into her, because I'm not here telling you that after 10 weeks, you're going to believe everything and life is going to be perfect and you won't have any, I'm not signing up for that, right? All I'm saying to you is that if you give yourself the opportunity and put yourself in the right environment to grow and to do things differently, and you are consistent with your actions, then things naturally are going to change. And I really want to say, Natalie, thank you for taking the hits that you took, because you really took some hits, right? And it's from those that you got to just to show the graceful person that you are. So I really want to honor you for that.
Thank you
And
for pushing me.
well, that's what you signed up for.
And there is so much, and I realized there is so much opportunity outside of my comfort zone. Thank you.
I love that. Opportunities outside of our comfort zones, there are many. We have to be willing to take that step, and do things differently. So thanks for sharing that, Natalie. I jump over to Toya. I know you are moving mobile. Can you speak?
Yes, I
Okay.
can speak, and my apologies for not being able to be on camera, keeping my eyes on the road. But it's kind of hard between Lori and Dana and Natalie. I mean, they captured so much of the essence of what this experience truly is and what it was. But if I had to really just sum it up, I'd have to say it was truly remarkable and extraordinary for so many reasons. But for me, you posed the question, where were we when we started this journey? And where I was is just feeling very smothered over the last 3 to 4 years. Just very smothered with everything going on, all the external stuff, a lot of loss, a lot of grief, a lot of career changes, advancements, a lot of, personal things, experiencing things with friends, just holding on and working through and being there and fighting through everything for everybody else, and completely just had no real gumption or grit to find myself throughout all of this. And so for me, the 10 weeks was really about the 2 weeks for me was really about being reintroduced to myself. I think my mantra during the whole time, 2 things I consistently said. One is I can do hard things. And the second one was I want it all and I can have it all. And I truly believe that because I do want it all. And I have done hard things, but I haven't done hard things within the context of showing up for myself. And what this opportunity did for me was allow me to just really take time for me, which is something I very seldom did before. Take time for me to think about, what did I want? What did I care about? What's important to me? What do I love? What makes me fulfilled? What do I want my life to look like 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, 3, 5, 10? What does LaToya want, irrespective of all the other responsibilities, all the disappointments, all of it? Just what do I want? And I came out of this with so much joy, so much fulfillment, so much clarity, so much purpose. And even more so, just really just becoming more in love with myself and knowing that at the end of the day, I am enough. And that's what this journey did for me. I am enough. I can do hard things and I can have it all.
Come on, Toya. I am enough. I can do hard things and I can have it all. And guys, you also have to keep in mind that these women are powerful women who show up in different areas and in different walks of life in a powerful way, right? So it's one thing to be in a space where you are already a leader. You already have a team, you're already leading a business, you're already making good money, right? But it's another thing for you to pause and say, wait, something is missing. something is, like something is not right. Like, what is that thing? Right? And anytime you get to asking yourself, what is missing? It's because you would have experienced something in the past, or your mind and your body and your spirit is saying there is more. Yes. So many times we get that there is more, but we hide behind the fear, because one is that we really don't want to face ourselves, because we've lost that connection a long time ago. And the process to reconnect, Dana, is not what we're signing up for, because you know what? I don't have the time. I'll just continue going through the motion. And that's what a lot of us do. I'll just continue being me. Being you is enough, but how are you showing up when you do show up? Thank you, Toya. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so Shanice, I know you are traveling. Can you speak?
Yes, I can.
Okay, perfect.
Hi, good night, everyone. Glad to be on. I am honestly so grateful to have been amongst these amazing women and to have Kimberly's guidance and accountability. It was definitely like a great experience. One thing I appreciated about being amongst these women was, one for sure, the variety and the vastly different backgrounds that we all come from. But two, it was like the support. There were a few women that I hadn't met before, but the through doing the different activities, you find common ground. And what I can say is there were a couple of those that really kind of just shifted perspective for me. It was like every week there was, Kimberly was having us do something else that was, bringing me in front of why I'm here. Why do I do the things that I'm doing? Is it making the difference that I want to make? Am I moving closer to my goals? Am I moving further? It forced me to get present with the questions that we sometimes ask ourselves in our head, and we give ourselves a reason. And so for me, as someone that is building a business and eventually wants to do that on a full-time basis, there's a lot of accountability that comes with that. And, for me, having dealt with and still, deal with doubt and uncertainty about what that looks like, being amongst this group and showing up every week, it made me realize that, that doubt, it's going to come and it's going to go, but it's all about how I show up. And so, being a part of this group and, doing the activities every week, it gave me the tools to be able to deal with that doubt. It gave me the tools to really just move forward in my goals. They say if you don't have big goals, if your goals don't scare you enough, then they aren't big enough. And my goals scare me. I'm just like, oh my gosh, they scare me so much I want to run away. And being able to have the tools to be like, okay, my goals scare me, but I can still do. I am enough. And so I'm so grateful because it reminded me, being a part of this group reminded me that I am in control of my life. I am more confident that I'm the things that I want to accomplish. And it's okay to be uncertain. You can be uncertain and still take action and still take acts. Yeah, so it was great. It's a great experience. I still look forward to the next part of it.
Awesome. Awesome, Shanice. Thank you so much for sharing. And Shanice, we've had interesting sessions because so when we do a program like this, like everybody don't jump onto it and latch onto it and is all into it at the same time. People take different time. And there are moments, Shanice, when you are like, like, okay, I'm here. So what next? Right? And for you to see how you have eventually embodied the process. And at the end of it, you are one of those that I would say gave me belief that you can start where you are, you can make the decision, but still struggle with the process. And that's okay. You know what I mean? You can decide that I want things to be different, but you still struggle with the fear and you still struggle with the doubt and the confidence is still not there. But the beautiful thing about you, Shanice, is that you kept showing up every single week, right? And eventually you were able to just, you know what? I can do this. I am enough. And it's going to be okay. And I really, really have to just honor you for showing up for yourself, because that's what you did eventually.
Thank you so much.
Oh, Lord, this is beautiful. So, guys, Hope, can you speak? And there's a reason I left Hope for last. Hope, can you speak?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hope is here. Guys, I have to set up this for Hope, right? And she doesn't even know that I'm going to say this because this wasn't planned. Like, she sent me a text before. I checked in with her because Hope is a cheerleader for the group, right? Every morning you're going to wake up and you're going to get an inspirational post from Hope, or she's going to check in and say, how is everybody? Or she's going to send you a cute picture of the sunset because she have a thing for sunsets, right? And sometimes in my head, I'm saying, okay, Hope, after the sunset, now what? Like, where is the work that you need to produce with the sunset photos? And so Hope has been the one to keep the energy and the excitement in the group chat, because we have a group chat. And I realized that I've not seen Hope post anything since Tuesday. Tuesday was our last session. And Hope has not posted anything since. And this is new to everybody. This is like this is session 11, guys. Hope has not posted anything since we left the session on Tuesday. But when we left the session on Tuesday, before we wrap up, one of the things I said is, now that you've done this part, you've refocused, you've created a plan, and now you're going to take action. One other thing I said is that this plan, this commitment is going to be tested. Did I say that?
Yes, you did. You did.
I said, this right here is about to be tested. So don't believe that because you went through 10 weeks and you have this beautiful plan, everything is just going to go and you're just going to check off. It's not going to be like that. This commitment is going to be tested. And so I didn't hear from Hope. And I've been posting some stuff, and normally she's the first to respond. So this afternoon, I texted her and said, I've not heard from you. Are you okay? Because I knew something was off. And I'm going to read her response. Like, she doesn't even, I didn't even plan to do this. But what I want you to realize, Hope, I said, hey, you've been too quiet. All is well. This was my text to her. And she said, hey, Kimmy, life plan getting tested. This was right before we came into the session. So Hope is in the space right now where she needs to blow off some steam, right? And this is real life, guys. This is what life looks like. You come and you make the commitment, and unless you have that safe space and community to run to, when crap like this happens, Where do you go? And that's why I left hope for last, because this is kind of like, as I said, this is session 11. This is bonus session now. Right? So Hope is going to share before our journey, but she's also going to share what the hell pissed you off so much that you're about to you're about to lose it. Talk to us, Hope. What's going on?
I'm gonna cry and laugh. But I made it here. Thank you all. Tonight, I'm here. I committed, so I said I'm gonna show up, no matter what. So I'm here. So my husband had a fender bender tonight, and he told me we're gonna have to call insurance and everything. It's like, what happened? Well, life. Right? Anyway, I got so mad, and it's like, everything is you're throwing me off, man. Everything is all set right here in my plan. And you know what's going on. You know the whole thing. This is the plan. That's so mad. The plan, Kimmy, I'm sorry. It's in my, I'm going to print it out again. I got so mad. But that's the thing. Without the plan, I'd be lost. I don't know what's going to happen next, because I've been there. I'm big with my goals. I always have a plan. I always have a list of things I want to do. But if things goes off, like off track, you don't know where to go. Like, how are you going to get back again? Where do you start? You're going to have to go back to zero again. But if you have that plan right in front of me, I have the plan in my face right every day. So I say, oh, you know what? Tomorrow's another day. I'm going back to this plan. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. So the plan is there somewhere. I'm going to print it back. I'm going to have to go back to it again, because I committed. That's what I want to do. And if I'm not going to do it now, when am I going to do it? Because I've been putting it off for so many years. I always have a plan. I never follow through. So this time, you know what? This is commitment. I'm in the right place. This is a blessing to me that I have a community that hold me accountable. Oh, this is what you told you're gonna do. So what happened? Those are valid reasons, right? Life happens. But you know what? I'm gonna push through. I have a plan. I don't know how I'm gonna get there, but tomorrow's another day. He's gonna have to do what he has to do. But for now, I'm getting back to my plan. But it's hard. But to know that I have these strong women with me, pushing me and telling me everything's gonna be okay. That's a big thing for me. I appreciate you checking on me today. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Let's go, Hope.
I was gonna kill her. I told Kimmy, no, you read the last text I sent you.
I saw. Let me read verbatim.
The last one. I told him
I don't think Orlando got into a small fender bender, but he's okay. I'm about to kill him when he's done with insurance paperwork.
Yes. Do the insurance paperwork first.
Right?
But you heard my life plan. Right? I know this.
So
that's it.
So guys, so here is real life. With or without the plan, you're about to be tested.
True that.
So you might as well have some guide to get you back on track. Because best believe that if Hope did not spend the last 10 weeks, right, crafting, spending time, reconnecting with herself, putting some goals down, knowing some stuff she wanted to work on, she would have gone off a deep end. And that's why I said to the ladies, this plan is about to be tested. The last 10 weeks wasn't about the plan. It was about equipping each and every one of you to know you are enough, you can do hard things, and you can have it all, but you have to be willing to stay in the game long enough to get out what you've invested. And you have invested money, you have invested time. Yes, and imagine now, end of the program, if you realize nothing happened in the 10 weeks, we went smoothly and we just caressed the 10 weeks. But the moment that ended, and Hope is not the only one, so I want y'all just to know that it will be tested, right? Imagine if Hope did not have a community, if she didn't have this place. We're not meeting next week. But imagine that we did not commit to growth and accountability going forward. That's another thing. Because many of us, we start things and we stop in the middle of it when we start seeing results. This life, each time you stop, you have to start over. And if you sit and think about your experiences in the past, how many times are you willing to start over? So here's what this program is about. It's about reset. It's about you regaining control of your life. And it's about you creating a plan, charting a course that this is where I'm going to go. And mark you, there's no guarantee that this is all gonna come together. There's no guarantee of that. The guarantee is that going after these, you become better. The guarantee is that now you know. The guarantee is that you're gonna have support. You can come back and say, guys, I wanted to kill him. Like, guys, I lost it for a little bit. And you know that it's okay. That's what this space is about. That's what we have created in the past 10 weeks. That's what we continue to foster going forward. Know that we go into growth and accountability. And I really, 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 really have to just say thank you so much for trusting me. Like, you guys know I went on sheer faith. I went back in my, because I'm trying to create a framework on that fence. And I went back and I'm like, what did we do? Like, how did we get there? So for those who are thinking that maybe this is for me, don't come in thinking, okay, we're going to talk about this, we're going to talk about that, we're going to cover this, we're going to cover that. Not this program, not this conversation. Come into it for right where you are and know that you are strong enough. We are tough enough to handle you. One of the things I said to Dana is that Dana is okay, we can handle you. And we don't want the rehearsed version of you. We want you because we can handle you. Yes. So you get permission to just be you, and you know that that's enough. Right? So I'm going to open if anyone has a question, Dr. Charles, if you have a question or a comment that you want to make, this is the time for you to go ahead and throw your questions in. For persons who, if you have questions, if you have a comment that you want to make, this is your chance to jump in and share. And then we are going to wrap up shortly.
Well, while they're thinking of questions, Kimberly, I just want to say on top of what has been said, I want to make sure I add that I feel a little jealous because what you see in this group, Kimberly reaching out when she doesn't hear from you, is not just what she does in this group. This is what Kimberly does in every space that I am with her. If she doesn't, and I'm getting to the point where I'm like, okay, she's gonna have a tipping point, right? And if she stops checking on me, I'm gonna have a problem because I don't know where, how. I mean, it's a gift. And you say you don't know. This is you consistent. So you consistent being showing up in the moment, however you need to show up, is what you do all of the time. That's been my 2-year experience with you. And what she has done for Hope, I've seen her do that for countless people who she's in scenarios with where it's not about her or the coaching or the money or the this or the that. That is just who she is. And I'm just so protective of that gift of hers. For my own, selfishly I am. So anyway, I just wanted to add that.
Thank you, Dana. You know you, my girl.
I know. I'm gonna have to give you some other numbers. I needed a bat line or something.
Oh God, I appreciate you.
You got stuff in the chat, I think. Oh no.
Hi, this is Shauna, and
Hi.
I'm a friend of Lori's, and I spoke with her, let's see, Wednesday or Thursday, and I could hear the excitement in the text that she sent prior to our phone call. I mean, I could literally hear the excitement in the text. And Lori and I've walked through quite a bit over a couple of decades, raising kids together. And so we've experienced quite a bit. And I can tell you that she is shining, and I'm so incredibly proud of her. And I'm grateful to just see her on the other side of all that she's gone through, and excited to see what the Lord is going to do with her in the future. And I'm just really grateful that she's invited me to sit in this space with her for this time. So thank you all for being such a blessing to her, because then I am reaping the benefits from it.
Awesome.
And hi, Charles.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you so much, Shauna. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming as well.
I did have a quick question. I just wanted to ask if I could join the group.
No.
That's probably what it is. So, yeah, I'm struck by the passion and the authenticity that I've heard tonight. I think it was a very powerful group dynamic, and obviously it's very effective. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to sit in, and I hope things continue well for all of you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dr. Charles. It really was a pleasure having you. You and I should be having some conversations outside of this group. So I look forward to those showing up. Any other final comment before we wrap up? No. All right.
Hi, Kim.
Avril, go ahead.
Just want to say thanks for inviting me. I have learned a lot tonight. and we'll see how things goes for the next couple of days or weeks to come.
Appreciate you, Avril.
Same here.
So
you would want to know that I did stay home today.
So Avril, now that you said that, I have to say some more about you. So guys, Avril, I'm working with Avril in a one-on-one coaching, and she recommitted to doing some things differently in her life. Sometime last year, earlier this year, she just worked herself to the ground, and she ended up at the doctor going on sick leave for a couple of days. And so we had a conversation, and she recommitted, and she said, we made some decisions and things are going to change. And so one of the things about Avril is that she loves to save people. She wants to save the world, right? And so 2 days ago, yesterday, we had a session, and we almost didn't have the session because she was having a tough day at work, and she wanted to renege on the commitment that she made to herself because she felt as if the situation called for it. And so we're in the session, and Avril said, real talk, like, I feel like I'm wasting my time here. I could be at work trying to finish all the deadlines, and I have all of these things to meet. And she was just in a space of frustration, and I said to her, Avril, I think you're right. If you think you're wasting your time, then maybe you are wasting your time right now. Maybe you should just stop this and go back to work and do what you do. And then maybe you should take your Saturday and your weekend and do all this work and get all it done. And maybe you should do all of that and save the world. And you would end up right where you were a couple of weeks ago. And you guys know, like, when I come strong, right? And I think when I said that to her, it connected, right?
No, it scared her.
It scared her, right? Avril, it scared you, right? Because she didn't expect that from me, right?
Being where I was 2 weeks ago was not a nice place at all.
Yeah. So. And so, guys, what you realize that the situations that we're in will cause us to make decisions that we don't want to make. And if we're not true to the commitment, and one of the things Avril was struggling with is sticking to the commitment she made to herself. It wasn't about the work. It wasn't about, the deadlines. It wasn't about trying to say. She had an issue sticking to the commitments she made to herself. And in the moment when I agree that, yeah, man, maybe you should just not commit to yourself and not stick to it and not do anything and go to work. And she was contemplating working through the weekend and all of that. And then I say, your struggle is not the work, and your struggle is not the people. Your struggle is the commitment that you are struggling to stick to, that you made to yourself. And that landed with her. So that's why she's saying, no, she didn't go to work today. Yeah, because one of the decisions we came out of that call with is that wherever the work ended at 4:15, which is the time that she's supposed to finish work and get home, wherever the work ended, Monday morning is going to be another work day. So you need to pack your stuff and go and figure out what you're going to do for the weekend. If you want to be a bum, but make sure you're doing something for you, and make sure you're still commitment that you made for yourself, right? Because y'all know I'm not gonna negotiate on that. And so
I gotta think of a name for this T-shirt that we're gonna get. That when you go there on you like Natalie, Avril sounds like she needs a T-shirt now. I don't know what we're gonna call it though.
Yeah, bring out that t-shirt. Bring out that t-shirt.
I know.
Yeah, yeah.
But guys, I really want to just say thank you so, so much again for trusting me, for trusting the process. Because, you know, from day one, I didn't know how God was going to work. I didn't know what this would have looked like. I didn't know what the outcome would have looked like. And now that we're at the end of the program and I see the outcome and I see the transformation and I see the commitments, I'm grateful that I get to walk with you. You know, I'm grateful that I get to be a part of your story. And I'm grateful that we get to continue this work and continue supporting each other. So I did say I am looking forward to hopefully blessing and encouraging and taking another 8 women through what we went through. And I am still asking your support in sharing with the people you love and care about. Because as I said, this is not something that I can take and advertise on social media and say, let's do this. You know, it takes that one-on-one connection and conversation to say, I think this would be beneficial for you. And those are the women that I want to have this encounter and this experience. Again, I did hear Dana say it earlier. I don't want you either to shortlist people, because we're all at different stages. Yes. And so what someone might need is just an experience and a conversation. And so I say, give the person that you know, give them the opportunity to say no. Because if you say no for them, you rob them of the experience. Yeah.
I hear you. My husband asked about it. He was like, men go through this group? I was like, yeah, they can.
I'm gonna sign up my husband too if he's that bad.
No, all male group, Kimberly.
Spouse will take it.
I think we've created a need here.
I know, right? Well, we'll see how that goes. We'll see where that takes us. But thank you, ladies, so much for showing up today. Cheers to all of you for this journey. Did you all get your cups? Wonderful. I love it. Cheers to all of you. And for those who are off screen and driving, please be careful. Don't drink and drive. But cheers to you all for an amazing
What
journey.
you said, Lori, to what Lori, you still drinking? What you got now? She's slurring. Are you slurring your speech? She's slurring and leaning. What you doing, girl?
Okay, Lori, you're also still glowing.
I know, right? So guys, I am gonna post. I just posted the link to my calendar in the chat. So if a person's on here, you're thinking you might want to have a one-on-one conversation with me, let's do that. Because for every person that registers for this program, I have a one-on-one with them before, so that we can just check out each other to see if we're a good fit. Because as you know, this is not for everybody. And I'm just looking for 8 women, like 8. That's the number, that's the cutoff. Once I get 8, then registration and sign-ups close off until bless you, Deidre, until we do this again in 3 months' time. So the women that you know, let them have a conversation, click the link, set a time. And Dr. Charles, I'd love to have a chat with you at your convenience as well. So you can use the link or just reach out to me. And we can. Okay, perfect. And we can set up. I'm gonna put my email address in chat as well. I think that's it. Okay, so my email address is in chat. So pull that, reach out, and then let's see. Sorry, I sent that to copy. I should go to everyone. There you go. All right, so let's have a conversation. Let's see where this goes. And ladies, I will see you all in 2 weeks. You still have some work to do. You still have some emails to send. And I'm still waiting on your action items. So let's go. Let's get to work. The work continues. Hope, stay on. Don't go anywhere. Everybody else, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of your vacation, Laurie. Don't drink too much. Drink for both of us, is what I say. And we'll talk soon. All right. Thanks, Deidre, for joining. Thanks, Shauna. Avril, great to have you. Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.